An expectant crowd welcomed back World Cup Triathlon to its spiritual home in Hungary in Tiszaujvaros as the Sunday brought the culmination of the elite women's competition. 30 athletes entered the water for the unique 3 laps of the 750-metre swim. And with the boys turning into a real bustle at the turn, it was always important to find clear and open water early on. That is exactly what the Italian Bianca Seregni was able to do, leading from the front and stretching herself into a huge advantage as she made her way out onto the blue carpet and into transition 1. Janet Bragmeier 30 seconds almost behind the Italian, leaving Seregni with a comfortable cruise through transition. The home fans' favourite joined her out on the bike, and there was a gaggle of athletes waiting to close up the gap created by the Italian and Hungarian out in the lead. Bragmeier was quickly caught by the peloton, but Seregni continued to plough on her own out at the front with a healthy advantage. However, it wasn't long before she was eventually caught by the chasing pack as the peloton worked its way back up alongside the leader. The spirited chase was spearheaded by Solveig Lofseth, the Norwegian, showing her credentials on 2 wheels. The fast technical circuit certainly playing into her hands. And she was the one at the end of the 8 laps that tried to find a little bit of separation as she came bombing into transition 2 and prepared herself to go out on the run. Only a handful of metres the gap between her and the chasing pack, but would it be enough to give herself some separation as she headed out on the 5k run around the park? Bragmeier led the initial burst out on the run, but there were plenty following in hot pursuit, including the impressive runner that is the Swedish youngster Tilda Manson. Julian Vermeulen started to make the initial push to try and find some separation between herself and everybody else, followed by Noelia Juan, the Spaniard. But Manson would soon join them too, out at the front, as 3 or 4 of the ladies started to make their sprint for home as they came round for lap 4 of 4. The breakaway was led by the Belgian coming down the back straight before the final couple of turns, but she soon ran out of gas after a hectic schedule in the build-up to the World Cup event in Hungary. Instead, it was Noelia Juan and Tilda Manson that would have the sprint finish, and finishes like this just don't come closer in the world of triathlon. Photographic evidence needed to decide the victor in the end, but Manson taking it by a hair's breadth.
Tiszaujvaros gold medalist is confirmed. Talk us through that final sprint.
Yeah, I just thought that I was go as hard as I can and try to get rid of them, but they were so strong today. And then I thought I was second on the sprint near the finish, but she slowed down like 2 meters before the line, so I was like, yes, sprint everything I can.
Manson taking the top step of a World Cup podium once again, as she did in Bergen last summer. Will there be more coming for the Swedish athlete with impressive runs like she showed in Hungary this weekend?